Hi, Pisces. All right. Welcome to now. I pray that these messages help you some way, somehow, along the path. And even if it just helps one person, well, that's the point. So let's look at an overall energy for you. From these pretty oracle, can see it's like a golden moon. Let's see, Pisces. Oh, that one. Thank you. Oh, constellations. So maybe there's something astrological that's a part of this equation. This face in this card is a little, I don't know if I'd consider that face all that happy. Maybe someone a little distraught. And I'm seeing the word transit. So what is that? When one is in transit, it means they're like in between two places, right? So okay, we'll leave that like that. Constellations. Interesting. Oh, someone's come to the edge of something, like where they, it's like, oh, okay, I've reached this point. It's like you can touch it. Aquarius's reading could be helpful. They talked about touching this point and then realizing, you know, if you just turn around, there's all these other places and spaces. I mean, maybe it is where you've been, but it's a new perspective now. What do we have here? The sun. Okay. Oh, I see. Right now is a square time to you, right? So there's something about Leo here. This is also showing me like very strong mother energy, like womb, kind of womb energy. So there's something growing within, right? The sun is, so some say the brightest card in the deck, so maybe putting a little sparkle even in an in-between stage. Like I heard someone singing a song, like, okay, I am here, I am in between. I will enjoy the journey, not try to figure out what it means. Are these interesting? I keep trying to put them in the upright, but okay, so we have 5 of Wands now. Aquarius actually had this card, 5 of Wands. Okay. So there's a little struggle in the heart right now, right? I could see that this could be something astrological that's causing a bit of that. But remember, that's not meant to define us, right? There's no way to define something ultimately within one aspect, you know, like we are all of it, right? So what's going on in this card? We have 2 centaurs. So we have Chiron energy. Could be a little bit of a struggle with finding happiness within to an extent. This could also, if we go the other way, though, if we go the other way, yes, Ace of Wands. If we go the other way, what do we have going on then? We have let's turn that one around. What can we see this way? I saw a bull. So Taurus, Leo is being highlighted here. So again, when we turn it around, what happens then is we have some sort of very creative energy. It's like, oh, okay, I can work through this. These are reminding me of like cemetery trees, like those Swedish cemetery trees. So this is something that's old, that's coming up in the heart, and it wants to be worked through. I heard maybe someone's not getting attention like they want. Or how someone goes about getting attention. And I saw someone waving their arms to be like, over here. Let's get some clarification. Thank you very much. Oh, we have the card of searching. So searching the stars. Someone's searching for an answer so badly, but it's almost like that's not going to give the happiness that's wanted. This is almost like I'm feeling that energy where it's like, oh, again, if it's transitory, if it's in transit, it's in between. I see. Don't try to figure out what it all means. Like try to be within what it is. Now, some of that is uncomfortable. There could be, again, a bit of battling in the heart. Maybe this is about, we have a lot of fire here, right? There's a lot of fire. But this card is water, and we need a bit of that, right? I see the number 12, like 12, 12. Let's choose one more here and let's see. This could also be where someone's trying to figure out what to do creatively with something also. Like you're trying to come up with a creative resolve for something or trying to feel into something. I keep seeing this as like the inside of an egg. Again, like very womb energy. It's like there's something within that's being created, but you can't see it yet. Not fully. Not everyone can see it. It can be felt. Some people can see it, but it's not like everyone sees it. Because it's a private process. There's a lot of responsibility with that too, right? Like taking care of oneself to make sure that things grow. And I don't, because this would ensure that a mother doesn't have stress. Like someone doesn't have stress in their body. Because let's take it like a baby and a mother. Like when the mother has to deal with conflict and contention, well, that affects the energy of the child within, what is growing within, right? Having frustration also is a wonderful way to be creative in that. I heard maybe it's not for everyone to see. Maybe it's just like a private creation. But it could be very helpful in finding more comfort. Perhaps some are sort of like home. For some folks, home or family is also an issue right now. Whether present or past. And it's like someone's trying to put themselves at ease about it, but they're also trying to figure out like what it is. 3 of Pentacles. Yeah. It's like I see concrete this, right? This is also another, can you see this gentleman's face? Is very contemplative energy here. It's like, oh, okay, what do I do with this creation? This could also be looking, okay, so someone's found come to find, like, and has been nurturing their one's ability. You know, and I see that they've been searching in different ways to go about it. I would also say some of you, it could be helpful, although the stars aren't going to ultimately, again, dictate something, but it could be very helpful to have someone read your chart at this point, because it may be giving you some indication to why the inner child is, like, not very happy. Or, okay, now we can talk about it. Your moon sign right now is being highlighted, the moon, which is mental space. It's emotional, it's creative, and it's also very dark, right? The moon. Now, your rising sign, if you're aware of that, is actually the moon that you were conceived upon. So perhaps you could take your map, if you're into astrology, you could take your map and turn it until, just turn the whole thing like a gear until that moon sits in your first house. And I see, what does it look like then? I see the earth trine is also really important. Wheel of Fortune. Yes, there's some kind of turning. And then I also see there's some kind of, like, internal, there's a little bit, somebody has silence in the way that they feel, like, this card's a little guilty about the way that it feels. And this is like a secret. You know, there's like something that's not being said about how someone feels, but it's interesting you don't have much water beyond this searching, but it's sort of like searching. Four of Swords. It's like searching. Let's choose one more. Page of Cups. There you are. Excuse me. So someone's searching for peace in themselves. Like searching for, they're trying to find, like, well, I heard peace with God. Like peace with where they came from. They're trying to find peace with where they came from. But and with this, something's being remembered. Like something's being remembered. Now, there's also something changing about this. This is very strong inner child energy to me. We're just going to go with it. This inner child is like, remembers something that hurts and wants it to be put at ease. This could be the death of something, like that has been. An old pain. This is an old pain. It didn't have to be abusive. It could just be pain, like something changed. Someone moved home, or someone changed schools, or your best friend moved away, a family member passed. It's like, it could be a very natural, regular process, but there's something in the soul that's like remembers this pain and wants to figure out like what it is that's causing this frowny face, right? This is a very frowny face. It's not very happy. And it's like, why am I not happy? Because even the sun energy, it has a lot of glow around it, and there's a lot of warmth in it, but it also doesn't, there's something that's missing. There's something that's missing, right? This guy's like, oh man, I want it. This energy's like, oh, I want to figure this out. Like, what is missing? Something's missing. And I suppose for some, this is causing a frustration where it's just like, all right, well, I mean, I guess it could be, well, let's just stay where we are, you know, and kind of stew in that. I guess one could be stewing a little in this time. Or I suppose a person could just stop thinking about it and realize that that epiphany or that understanding will come. Now, it could come through help, right? It could come through, there is some really deep, like, self-introspection here. Like, I see effort that's been had. But there's also something where it's just like, no one can do anything by themselves. So, but I feel like there's been times where people have worked together with other people in some way. It's always been like a conflict. So it's kind of like, I heard, fuck it, I'm gonna just give up. Like, it's just, I heard it's just me against the world. But we need a little conflict to make things happen sometimes, right? That Mars energy is necessary to see what we're working with, and you know, and it actually gets things out of the way. Frustration, contention, it can be like, okay, you know, this is a problem. Like, this is an issue. I am dealing with this right now. And then it's like, well, okay, what can I do about that? Whatever that is. What can I do about that? Right, this card. What can I do about that? It's very, it wants to know. But I suppose there's something here where, like, because this little page, Four of Swords, searching constellation, this line here in combination with this card is basically like, okay, if a person keeps going this way, you're not going to find the answer, because this is like wondering why. It's wondering about, like, fate. It's wondering about, there's so many big whys in it, which I'm seeing as like a fork in the road, or like those two fish of you, like one's going one way, one's going the other way. There's this tug. This tug is not necessarily giving the answer. It could be because they're not asking or like sharing what's happening, right? When Paige shows up to me, it's always, and this little child here, when pages show up, this is an inner child lesson, especially with the sun. This is children. Five of Wands is also children to me. So, and Chiron's being highlighted, which shows that there's a wounding somewhere. But it's almost like scorpionic, where part of the wound, although it doesn't feel great in the moment, part of the way to heal that wound is actually, like, let's use snake, being bit by a snake. Part of a way to heal the wounding is by receiving sort of a similar wounding. And even though I see that seems contrary, it actually helps. There you are, Queen of Cups with the Awakening card. This actually opens up this whole new world into being able to be more comfortable in where a person is versus what it means, like working through these, I heard, these in-betweens. Okay? Someone wishes they could receive advice. They can if they want to. They can if they want to. This Wheel of Fortune and the Awakening card also is, there is some sort of turn of someone waking up, right? An energy, I suppose, with this Ace of Wands is like, and Queen of Cups is like, okay, now there's more power or confidence about something as this gets worked through. And I see there's support on the other side of this also. You know, maybe this is one of those things where someone's really missing someone who's passed on. You know, someone who's like in another world now. You know, it's like, I heard I miss you. Like, I miss you. It's something wants comfort. And they're searching for comfort. It's Four of Swords, it wants comfort. It wants peace in itself. And so, an isolated energy is not helpful right now. Unless it's when one is resting to regain their energy. And it's not about exactly like doing to do. Part of the doing here is this contemplation into like some kind of feeling that's been something that's been sleeping. Something that's been sleeping is trying to awaken. Right? It wants to. But I suppose I keep seeing where like a person can't keep going about exactly the same way that they've been doing it, because it's not, there isn't an answer here. You can't, it's so hard, right? Like I'm seeing this where it's just like, why did this happen? You know? And this is past energy. Why? It's like someone's searching for an answer that really, you could find an answer, but it's not the answer to the question. It's different. I don't know if I'm explaining this correctly. I hope I am. Now, remember, now until October, this is June when I'm recording this, now until October, there's some funky stuff going on with one of your rulers, Venus. And what that's basically asking is, are we happy? Are we happy with what is? Without having the physical things. Like you'll still have physical things, but it's like, are you happy? Right? You know, there's those times when someone says to themselves, oh, when I have this job, I'll be happy. When I live in this house, I'll be happy. When I have this relationship, I'll be happy. When I understand and fix this problem, I'll be happy. It's like, no, it's what it is when I feel, when I release myself from this presumption that when I release myself, someone's releasing themselves from a presumption. There's embarking. Because I just saw where there's a hole in the boat. Because I see this person like, where's my power? Or like, where is it? There's also someone that's passed on that's like trying to get your attention. But maybe some folks are so trapped in their own feelings that they can't like feel what's all around them. You know, maybe they want something that's like physical, like in this world in a way, but it's already here. Like you're going to find it. It's showing you. And again, I see someone going to visit like a cemetery. Maybe it's just awakening to the changes that are also happening within, because you know what? This little page turns into the Queen. So this could have to do again with mother energy, but this is also you growing into a different expression of emotionality in yourself, but maybe something that's like, you know, it's understanding the difference between the Chariot and the Tower, you know. And I would say this is a bit of a contemplative time, like a little bit more internal because of this line, because it's almost like someone has to walk this path and go all the way to the edge, then when you get there, it's like someone realizes that they stop searching again for an answer and maybe accept what is, or like who they are even, which causes, so there's like less contemplation here and more acceptance. But right now I feel like the acceptance is lacking some way, somehow. And that perhaps is a bit of what's needing to change. You know, with Saturn going through 12th from the 12th, you know, this is interrupting the comfort of humanity emotionally, as well as like through our sleep time, you know, like through this dream world. So we want to know which way we're going and about energy more, you know. And maybe there's a bit of this lesson that, and I see in addition to this inner child energy, is talking about like what is love now, you know, because I don't see necessarily like other people in an intimate way here, like in your personal world, your private world. So like, where are they? What's going on with that? Or maybe someone's trying to figure out, instead of like the answer to why, you know, all the answers to why, it would be like, all right, what can I, Two of Swords, do physically to, well, I heard awaken more confidence to be more of oneself in the world, right? Because there's some kind of, I mean, if you're coming all the way to the edge of something, but it's not the end, it's just the edge. The Devil. Yes, and maybe that's what it is something's like, this is too scary, you know? And maybe some kind of fear, or again, uncomfortability is coming up, is awakening in addition to this peace that a person's trying to find. It, again, I see Aquarius's reading, there's the Tower. So, because this wouldn't be a time to ignore what's happening, right? And to pretend, again, I see like, to pretend death. No. Because again, Six of Swords is another transit energy. There's something moving here. But I guess the movement is a bit slow. And so there's actually options and opportunity to which way to go. Why is this? Let's look one more time to close this out on this. I mean, with the Devil in the Tower with awakening, this could very well be where there's a deep ingrained fear or lack mentality, like something, even sexual abuse, something whatever. It's intense, whatever it is, but it's already been done. And it could actually be where, again, it's just a shift of something now, where again maybe the Devil explodes, meaning somebody blows up the Devil, the heart, maybe. Someone's really trying to get to the center of something, like, and they don't want to be, I heard they don't want to be afraid anymore. Futility, you know, because I could see again where that Five of Wands was like, I've tried and it didn't work, so like I'm gonna give up, or you know, you don't want to take the easy road with this energy. Ephemeral. No, you don't want to do the easy thing, the surface thing. You know, this is very, it would be futile to try to search for something externally, or like to fill the internal right now. It's more of, we have the card of obsession. It's like, you know, remember, even spiritual growth, this has been coming to me more recently. Yeah, even spiritual growth can be egotistical. You know, like, why are we, what did we talk about last, I think it was like last August. It was like, you know, when we grow spiritually, when we come to understand some things, like even when we doubt and then overcome that doubt, it's like all of these struggles or the pleasure or the pain of life is there to bring us closer to God. You know, to praise that which has created us, not to try to control the stars. I mean, that's why, can we say that? No. Let's go one more. Teeth. So this is a Saturn thing, I guess, that's causing friction for someone. I mean, it does it to everyone. And with that energy, Saturn can cause limitations and fears and restrictions, and bring up things that make us have to, like, rework it. Like, if we weren't thorough in some way or another with something, we have to do it again. You know, it reminds me when I was little, one time I did the dishes. I was so small that I had to use a chair to wash the dishes, but we didn't have a good light, but I did my best. And my mom came over and was like, these are dirty. You have to do them all over again. And she made me start from scratch, not just the dirty one, but like all of them. And in that moment, I didn't like it, but later on in life, I became a dishwasher, actually, for a long time, and I did a really good job every time. You'd never find a speck of dirt on any of my dishes. And so remember also to be, please be tender with yourself. Okay? Try to accept where you are more than trying to find the answers right now. But if you need some advice, it's there for you. I would also say, please don't, I heard, disrespect your body. And remember, the change is slow. It's not, there's nothing where it's like someone's scared and sad and in the super shadow, and then all of a sudden they're awake and it's fine. It's like, no, if you jump there, you jump right into the devil's arms. And you don't want that, right? I heard go gently into the night. Right? Go gently into the night. Interesting, Pisces. I actually got both of these decks because they felt Piscean to me for some reason. Maybe some of you just need to talk to somebody, you know? Like, about what's, even that thing where it's like, man, I've been trying to figure this out, or like, I've been feeling this way and I don't know why. I mean, some of you, it could be like, you're feeling something, but you don't understand because, yeah, Five of Cups and Knight of Cups, it's like you could be feeling something and you don't even know why. And again, I see this Chiron energy. This could also be sadness for some of you because there's a lack of, like, emotionality around your relationships, you know, or romance. Maybe someone's just tired of, like, I don't know, like, running into the same things all the time. And I guess that's where the question would be, okay, let me not keep walking the same path, right? Let's use our memory. I heard to remember what it means to, well, not be afraid to try again. Whatever it is that you're feeling stuck on. There could be some kind of memory, again, some inner child energy or younger energy that's like bubbling. Something's bubbling up. Okay, and it could feel kind of intense. So again, I see you want to remember that you are in control of your mind. And if anything does bubble up, it's releasing that which has been hidden and is stewing and is poisonous for you. You know, and remember, feelings or whatever you're working through is temporary, okay? It may feel like in the moment, like, oh my God, I'm in the jail. I heard I'm in the prison of my own mind. It's just like, well, you'll shift out of that. And apparently someone is healing something that's not here anymore. I mean, this could very well be healing or working through who it is that you were. You know, it depends, again, like how you're feeling about what you have remembered up until this point and how comfortable you are now. And if you're worried about the singlehood, you know, actually we talked about this, right? That true love only. It's just like that singlehood. It's like, well, here's Nine of Pentacles, which is about finding one's own independence and abundance, and then working into this Ten of Pentacles, which has to do with other folks. And maybe for now, some of you are either in a like in relationships with others that are frictional, and I heard mimicking childhood wounds, Ace of Cups and the Eight of Cups, perhaps like repeating old patterns, and or you've gotten out of it. One is working through this, and now they're readying themselves for this, but right now it's a in-between stage, so try not to fight that too much, okay? Because I could see that that non-acceptance could very well turn this Five of Wands into the Ten of Wands, which is way too heavy for a person, okay? It's too much for one person to handle. And I guess if you're involved in anything that is, again, a constant fight, or not to be redundant of a few months back, but anyone who's in just a purely sexual relationship, you don't want to marry that person, you're unhappy with something. It's like, if you haven't left it yet, well, then I see that the weight will continue to get heavier. If you've already worked yourself out of this, then you want to just make sure that you're going slow on the path so that you don't repeat something that, well, I heard has been holding someone back or down. Ten of Swords. Yes. What are you afraid of when it comes to other people? What is it? What scares you? And remember, that's also a part of what you're working through. High Priestess. Yeah. And there is something guiding you also, like, towards security, like wherever you land after this transit energy. And again, you're not going to know how this all plays out. Could be 4 to 6 months, but you end up in a place that's like actually really solid. Yes. And again, it's almost like what had been being contemplated so deeply and like couldn't figure out the answer. It's like you can't figure out the answer. You're not supposed to figure out the answer. You're just supposed to trust. Or figure out more about what's going on with trust. Whether this is, I don't know if this is trusting spirit, trusting other people, trusting yourself, etc. Tenderness. Yes, the Ten of Swords in the world. There's something here that's really deeply, you know, someone either has been alone or feeling alone, but I also see that coming to a close. So again, please be tender. Cancer had this card. Cancer and Aquarius are connecting to you the most. So we're talking about the Moon and Saturn, which is a restricted feeling some way, somehow, or too guarded of a feeling. Something that hasn't been expressed. Moon, yes, that needs to. Ten of Wands, Five of Wands, Eight of Swords, Five of Pentacles. Yes. It's like this is Well, I heard this is a long time coming. But Ace of Swords and the Awakening with the Queen of Wands, which is a really beautiful energy, right? Very... No, I feel like we talked about this before. This is like another... You know, there are many dark nights of the soul. There are also many lights of the soul. You know, like it doesn't... Because with every darkness comes light. But maybe that's the thing, is someone's coming to a whole new stage. It's like, oh, I thought I dealt with that. Or like, oh, that was, I heard that was 5 years ago. That was 10 years ago. That was 17 years ago. And it's just like, well, Star. Six of Pentacles. It's like, well, for your wishes to come true, I suppose something needs to be like leaven there. This card says revealing. Right? Something is being revealed, and it's balancing something that actually has to do with the stars, or has to do with one's destiny. And, you know, sometimes I heard there isn't an answer for why some things happen. Justice. You know? I heard we'll find out when we go to heaven. The world. Right? When this world is done, maybe we'll find out then fully. For now... Figure out what is it that's blocking your light? Some of you just need some more sunshine. You know? This is also Aquarius, Leo energy is really being highlighted. You know, so be aware of that, because one of these is your inconjunct and the other one is your blind spot. They're both blind spots to you, Leo and Aquarius. So you have to be aware of that, okay? Yes, because if you're not, then you have conversations with it's like your head and your heart just keep punching each other in the face. And there's no need for that. If you have a pet, what are you loving on right now? What's important to you? What are you creating? Pisces! Pisces! Yeah, see, whatever we just talked about there, what happens? Queen of Wands, Queen of Swords, Ten of Cups. Maybe this is females in the family again. Finding new understanding. Didn't you have this Queen of Swords in your True Love Only reading, right? This Libra energy is important. It's helping you to clear the way. I heard sometimes you just got to throw out that old plastic greasy cup. You know, you just can't clean that one sometimes. You could scrub it till your skin falls off. It's not going to make it clean. Sometimes you just got to throw it away. All right, Pisces. I love you so much. I hope this was helpful. Please take care. Be good. Be yourself. Fully. Love you.